Welcome back to Progressive Minecraft. This is the next episode in Fengal Podcast. We are an actual podcast. Go follow me on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube. Yeah. So, today's topic, resilience. That is today's topic, resilience. I am in a much better mood compared to my previous episodes, so hopefully this will be an absolute banger. So the first thing I want to talk about is the version differences. So while I make myself many stone pickaxes to go mining with, let's talk about what changes in this version we have. So this is alpha 1.0.5_1. This is literally one version after, or technically two versions after the one we previous played. The most notable difference is being able to gather snowballs, and I think that's about it. So that's an interesting one. There's virtually no changes. A couple bug fixes, I think, is the main one. But other than that, there's nothing massively different about this version. So for the most part, it is just going to be back to mining and making my house 100%. I think it makes sense for this version to be about resilience, strictly because of the fact that there's virtually no changes, but it's still a different version. Now, how that makes sense to me is, well, resilience is about not giving up and virtually striving for something and not giving up, right? So how that works here is when it comes to achieving big goals, there will be small changes before the big changes. So obviously before like massive updates like the horse update, there was the smaller, lesser known updates like the ones that fix bugs and polish the game overall. And that ties into resilience because it's important. It's an important version to fix bugs and polish the game, of course, but there is so much going on. I would love to find that cave. Let's go and see if we can find it. It sounds like it's just over here. Oh, here we go. Oh, skeleton. Okay, let's find a better way to get around there. Oh no, did that take out all my torches? Oh no. Okay, didn't do too much damage. That's okay. Alright, let's try that again. Let's put that there just in case. I'm a Minecraft pro, so I've been playing this game for many years. I've gone over this already, but I've been playing this game for over a decade now. This was my childhood game. Why is there creepers up there? What is going on up there? What is going on? Okay, I need to dig up, not around. Oh. Oh. No way. So they're above me. Might be a spawner above me. Probably. Get gone. Wow, there's a lot of stuff up there. Do I skeleton? Can I crouch? Nope. Ooh, good aim, man. Any more? Gotta be careful. Building's your best friend. Just like in Fortnite. Oof, okay, creeper skeleton. Heal up. I believe the creeper was stuck in the water, correct? Oh. It's dead now. Might be able to evade this now. Light the place up. So no more can spawn, so we've got coal. See a spider over there. Block that off because it's pissing me off. Yes, you can stop water with torches. That's a miner's pro tip. If you can find the source block, get rid of it. Oh, lava. That's always nice. Let's take this iron while I'm here. And some of this gravel for my flooring. I should be using the torch tip for this. There's a perfect timing with the torch trick, but if you feel it, you can just not do that. You can not do that either. As soon as it starts to fall. I'm messing it up now, I'm talking about it. Okay, it's fine. Just take the rest of this out of the base so we can get the iron. Okay, nice. 8 iron. Strong vein, I like it. Get some coal while I'm here as well. Whoa! Oh, that sounded a lot further away than it was. Oh, thank God I checked. I need to be careful that the footsteps are a lot more diluted in these versions. My sword is almost broken. I need to be careful of that. There's loads of zombies over there. Okay, we'll leave them there for a second. And we will just craft a simple sword. Take back the bench. In a second. I know there's one more. Somewhere. Has he tried going around? How smart. The pathing can't be that bad, clearly. Oh no, he's up here, never mind. I take it back. That's pretty awful. Alright, let's go light up over here. Stop these from spawning. Ideally, never give spiders high ground. So caving is usually the best way to find your good minerals. Strip mining is also viable in these versions. Make sure it's not in here. Nope. Strip mine is probably my best option to find redstone, simply because the chunks I've generated from the first version simply will not have the redstone because they've already been pre-generated, and we only got it last version, so I might have to go up pretty far to find redstone. So I've done a lot of Minecrafting and no talking. Let's talk about the channel and the uploads. I'm incredibly motivated at the minute. I've gotten over my fear of making like big videos and getting loads of views. I'm now all for it. I've really like given myself the chance to breathe with these kind of videos where there's no stress on myself, and I'm learning to just accept my style for what it is, and if it gets the views, it does it. If it don't, it don't. And I'm sort of just grinding either way. And now I've got that mindset, I can appropriately appreciate the videos that do well, like the FNAF ones, the Roxy and the Chica ones I just made have absolutely taken off again, and I love it. And straight after I make the Chica one, it happens again on the Roxy one. So obviously, I don't want to be trapped in the same hole of doing the same content. Definitely not. But I've got the mindset of actually growing. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to actually grow, and I'm all for that right now, and likely will be for the far future. There's a lot of iron in here. It's very good. So as we go out further and further, we're going to need to start lighting the places up. More iron. Is this a dead end? Yes, okay. So I'll work from each dead end and go back out towards my torches, is how I usually tackle these kind of situations. And just like I did there, make sure you look around the diagonals of your veins of minerals you want, including diamond, because they can spawn diagonally. I've put tons more effort into my thumbnails. I think I've perfected my style now, where I'm even taking color theory. I'm taking in like where my eyes are drawn to. I'm making my text more interesting. I'm making my thumbnails more attractive overall, and I'm even asking for feedback and acting on the feedback. And I believe I'm going in the right direction. From, let's compare my old security breach thumbnails and video titles to the new ones, and it's like a stark difference, and the views reflect that, and that's a really good achievement in my recency. Why is there a sheep? What? Huh? What? 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 What are you doing down here, mate? What is he doing down here? What? I'm gonna kill you, but why are you down here? That is so weird. Fucking sheep spawned in here, in the middle of a cave that's near bedrock. What? Okay, well yeah, let's get on to some interesting topics. So today's topic is about resilience. I wanted to make it about resilience because it's a much more positive topic to go over. It's pretty light, pretty easy, it's pretty digestible. So resilience is the ability to recover quickly from illness, change, or misfortune. It's basically the ability to not give up. To be resilient is to not give up, despite setbacks and... hold on, let me lock in. Despite setbacks and misfortune. So, just like in the last video, I briefly went over this. When something bad happens to you, you've got to get back up on your 2 feet. Scary cave noise. You've got to get back up on your own 2 feet, and you've got to face it. You've got to face it like a man. I want to clarify that resilience isn't about never getting hurt, never getting beat down, never having setbacks, because that's completely normal. Resilience is the ability to overcome that in your own way and learn from it, go forward and use that added experience to better yourself. So let's think of a way I could give you an example of that in my recent times. Well, I guess jobs are pretty relatable to me at the minute. I've been hopping job to job, like within the last year or so. I've been for like 3 jobs, so that's always nice. So obviously I started in a factory that didn't value my health and safety. After losing that job, it was kind of a blow. I didn't feel as motivated to get another job because I took on the idea that all workplaces were going to be as toxic and as horrible as that, and they're not. They're definitely not. The next place, I worked at a nightclub for not very long. It was like just to get extra bit of money, but technically it was a job I took up. I stopped doing that after I got assaulted in the club. So after that happened, I once again had a little phase where I was unemployed, and then I found a retail job that, honestly, despite retail jobs being like poorly received, I don't know anyone who actually likes retail jobs. I really enjoyed it. Granted, I was a delivery boy. What? Why is there another sheep? What is going on? You're gonna die as well. But yeah, I was a delivery boy, so I was in the warehouse, stocking shelves. I still had to deal with customers. I still had to be on the till sometimes, but for the most part, I could chill in the warehouse, do my physical job, and that would be the end of it. And I absolutely loved it. I loved doing physical work. There's nothing better than going home tired and actually wanting to go bed and appreciating a nice massive meal after a long workout, pretty much. That you get paid to work out, essentially. And I don't think a lot of people appreciate that. So fuck going gym, we just go to work and get paid to do our gym. That's that's the mindset I have with it. So those are the jobs for me. But yes, I did end up losing it. Both me and the other guy who went there for the temporary job, we didn't get a full-time contract, and that is simply because the company could not afford us. And we know that is the case because everyone there really appreciates our work. We were hard working, very, very hard working, and they told us as soon as they can afford us, they'll call us and they'll offer us a place. But obviously I can't sit around waiting. I've got to get back to job searching and find something else because I just can't wait. I need the money to live, and hobbies don't come cheap. Yeah, so I'm no longer in that retail job, even though I'd love to be. I really, really do want to be in that job. Resilience on my end from this is being able to get back up after a shitty health and safety bullshit job that I was going to take them to court over. They absolutely infuriated me. It was an absolute shit show. So after that, I can't let the one bad experience taint my view. I just had to get into another job, and I did. And I had another shitty experience, and I got back up again and got into a job, and I got into one that I enjoyed. It took me 2 tries to find a job that I actually enjoyed, and there wasn't some bullshit happening. What the fuck? That's a bit weird. I'm gonna block that off. But yeah, it's a job where they literally just couldn't afford me because of new employment laws, etc. So it was like a job I would have stayed in for a little while, and then perhaps looked into doing particular trades after that, like plumbing or something. But yeah, the resilience is just to not give up even though the experiences were dog shit. I'm gonna keep mining until I find diamond. We need diamond. We need it. So in a way, mining like this is also resilience. Right now I'm literally just mining the same block over and over and over until I eventually find like what I want. And coal is not what I want particularly, but it's good. So you got to put in the work to receive what you want. You got to keep hacking away at the stone to find your diamond. And that's what resilience is. I in particular used to believe that resilience wasn't all that important. Resilience was just something that some people had, others didn't. It wasn't. It didn't seem important. And I was dead wrong. Dead wrong. Resilience is a very important skill in life. If you don't have resilience, you're gonna struggle. But it's not like I was, obviously because I didn't believe I had it, I didn't believe like I needed it. I wasn't a resilient person. I was very give up easy kind of person. You know, something don't go my way, fine, I just won't do it anymore. I'll give up. And that is so wrong. Don't give up. That is such a shit mentality to have. Even in like, it's not applicable everywhere, but some scenarios where the sheer resilience makes you valuable, even if it's foolish. Oh, hello lava. Lava. Wow. Okay. Even if it makes you foolish, it can be seen as a strength. It can be seen as stupid for sure, but being resilient is very good and a very desirable trait. So, what do I mean by this? Going back a few years now, in my college courses, both art and game design, because I did both for whatever reason, you would get points for it basically points for experiments, points for failure essentially. Points, you would get points and you wouldn't get high grades if you didn't fail and learn from it, or at the very least learn from a prototype you make and then improve upon it. You wouldn't go very far if you didn't do that. So resilience there, you've got to have multiple prototypes to do well, essentially. And it's one of those, like, if you make a masterpiece first try, it might get you a decent grade, but my complete dog shit art piece that I attempted 4 times over, why is this not going? What is going on in the lava, man? I've never seen the source block go and it still be flowing. Anyway, my complete dog shit artwork that I have done like 4 iterations of, and it looks terrible each time. And but the thing is, I've evaluated it perfectly. I have learned from it. I have shown what I could do better next time. That is all you need to achieve a high grade in that scenario. And that's because the learning and just the learning and the experience, the resilience is enough for the credit. The resilience it's an integral skill to have. Like, we're not perfect, right? It's gonna take a couple tries to do something well. I didn't just start making YouTube videos because I was born good at them. I've been making these since I was like 7 years old. I'm now almost 22. So that's why I can do this. Because I've been doing it for so long. I've gone through many channels, of course, but I'm still here. I didn't give up on it. Although, obviously there was a period where I stopped uploading. I came back to it, and I've got skills that I wouldn't have had before if I didn't fail at those channels, right? And it's resilience is a life-altering skill to have. And look at that. While I've been talking, I've just displayed the epitome of resilience. Instead of going around lava that had extended many blocks that completely blocked my path of my straight tunnel that I wanted to make. Instead, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to take this one block at a time, destroy the lava, and just chip away at it until we're past the lava and back into the position we want to be. That's resilience. It's like, I didn't know the lava was going to be there, but instead, I just worked with what I had and didn't give up. Took it slow. I knew what I was going to do and just did it. Perfect timing, really. Now look at this. And as my reward, I get a wall of iron. Wow, it really is a wall. And a broken pickaxe. My spoils over a stack of iron. And with enough time, enough dedication, enough resilience, you strike diamond. And that's it. You work past the lava, you go through the caves, and you get the diamond. And now don't be hasty, because it's a foolish man's game to mine diamonds straight away. The best thing to do is to mine around the diamond to make sure there's no lava. Because you want to be careful about your rewards. You don't want misfortune to come claim them. And would you look at that? I've even found redstone, which is in a new chunk, which is actually almost as rare as the diamond, because this wouldn't have spawned in the early versions that I made the world. So this is the reward for being resilient. You just gotta do it. So I'm gonna continue excavating around. I'll get the redstone in a second. And Herobrine's watching me. Maybe he placed these. Maybe it's his trick. Alright, well, I can safely mine that diamond. Oh, not lose it. Get rid of the dirt for the diamond. Look at that. It's a bit off center. How strange. Okay. We'll mine that one because that's safe. That one's safe. And we'll just make sure there's no lava on top, and I'll mine the others. There's even more as you go around. There's more diamond hiding. Look at that. 6 diamonds. 6. That is a very healthy amount. Very, very healthy. We're gonna go mine this redstone as well. Hopefully there's a bit of it. Oh! Can this be mined with an iron pickaxe? I'm getting worried now. There's only one way to find out, and that's just doing it. Yep, we got it. And it was just one, but that's okay. We got some redstone. That is awesome. I will take that. I will take that absolute haul. So yeah, I was talking about how I don't have resilience, or I didn't. Resilience is a skill. It is a skill that I guess some people are born with, depending on your experiences, but I think it's very much a developed skill. It is a skill you need to develop on your own, and I think for most of us, life will teach us resilience. I think some people lack the ability to become resilient because they find themselves unmotivated to do so, or that they just don't care, or they don't have the energy to. And I disagree with that mentality. If you want something, if you want to be better, if you want change, if you want the diamonds at the end of the mine, you're gonna have to develop that skill. If you don't, then God help you, because you're clearly not going to help yourself. Resilience can be a skill developed through discipline as well. Discipline is very important to have as well. The ability to do things that you don't want to do, but being able to do it anyway, is one I learned through doing work, funnily enough, or even college work, both jobs and and my courses, because I'll be real, parts of those courses were absolute bullshit to do, but you just gotta do it, because otherwise you'll fail. Both in the job and the college course, you will fail if you just don't do parts of it, so you've got to do it. If you are looking for a skill to develop and you believe you're not resilient enough, that is something you could do, because resilience can also be developed through the mindset of wanting to be resilient, funny enough. So an example of this could just be okay, let's say you're a game designer and you're struggling with a bit of code. Instead of giving up, how about you just take a 5-minute break, you give it a quick think over, stop thinking about it for 5 minutes, get a glass of water, come back and sit down, and you just think outside the box, give it another go. And sometimes that just works. Being able to take a break, come back to it, isn't a weakness. It's understanding that, okay, I can't do this right now. I'll give my brain time to process and I'll come back to it stronger. That is resilience. And there we go. The floor's all done. While that cooks, I can start to think about what I want to do with my 6 diamonds. So, anyone with a brain will look at that and think, diamond pickaxe and diamond sword. Do you like my sword, my diamond sword? You can order Ford. Yep, that one. Which might be a shout. So let's make boom, boom, boom. Look at that. My first diamond pickaxe. It's lovely. I wonder if this version has the nether. The nether. Let's also make a chest plate out of iron. Awesome. Fully suited up now. And diamond pickaxe. We're going up places in the world. We are going up. I don't really want a diamond sword because I'm going to make an iron one. Because it seems like tools just break really easily at the moment. Or in this version rather. So I'll be making an iron sword, an iron axe. And I think that will be it for my iron use. I wonder, is there beds in this version? I think I've already asked that, and I think it was a no. A very loud no. Let's double check. What is that? What is that strange block? I'm going to need to craft that in a minute and see what that is. What is that? Is that a slab? Or is that a trapdoor? Trapdoor's normally this, right? What is that? Let's make it. It's a pressure plate. Okay, hold on. No way it just broke. No way. Oh my god. Alright, fine, I'll just have to make another. Alright, let's see if this works. We're upgrading in the world. We are upgrading. We are upgrading. Oh my god, I can't believe pressure plates used to look and be crafted like that. That's crazy. I'm gonna start building my roof now. Okay, let's do the inside beams first for the ceiling. Why is my house just became a petting zoo? What? I walk away to chop down some trees and the 6 little piggies have found my house. So I've gone a little bit into discipline already. So tying in with resilience, discipline and self-work, daily routines. So with resilience and discipline, you should be striving to have a healthy daily routine, including I mean, of course, this is your life, do this however you want, but making sure you drink enough water, making sure you get enough meals. So if you're a working male, a physically active male, 2 to 3 plus meals is ideal, and not going below that. I'll admit sometimes I have only 1 meal a day, and it's not great. It's pretty rare now. I have gotten on top of it, and I do majority of the time get 3 meals a day in. So that definitely helps when you're a skinny build like me. You've got a lightweight build, and you need to get the muscle and the fat. So you just need to eat and work. Daily routines, just staying healthy, get out, go have a walk, drink water, try and get some social activity in the day, do something you enjoy, indulge in hobbies, exercising. There's tons of things you can do, and I've went over them. I think I went over daily routine in the last video. I believe I did. But obviously not a lot of people have the ability to just wake up and say, oh, from 1 meal a day and 1 glass of water, I'm gonna have 3 meals, I'm gonna drink 10 glasses of water, I'm gonna go out for a jog and exercise, I'm gonna talk to everyone I see. You're not that guy, pal. Just you've got to keep it reasonable. If you're only eating 1 meal a day and you're not drinking enough, you don't talk to people, just do a little bit of work, just focus on one thing at a time, integrate that as a routine before you overwhelm yourself. Unless it's an immediate change you can act on and stay consistent with. Just stick to something easy, something bite-sized essentially. So in that situation, I'd say start snacking through the day if you only have the 1 meal. Make sure you just eat bites around the meal, or even up your meal and have 2. After that, once you have started eating more regularly, you can maybe up to 3, or have or rely on the 2 and snacks, and then you can start thinking about exercising. Now you've got the calories. Maybe you can start after that. You start thinking about your diet. Start getting in proteins that you need. Start getting the vitamins you need. Stop taking in as much junk, and go from there, really. The reason resilience is such an important skill is because life will not pause on you. You don't get to hit the pause button like you do in this game. Things will just happen, and you've got to be ready for it. You've got to have the skills to be ready for that. I'm gonna make this 3 wide, I believe. Makes sense that way. Yeah, you've got to have the skills to be ready for adversity, so you can face it. Like Erwin said, "My soldiers do not falter or yield in the face of adversity," or something like that. Why is it doing that? What? I cannot understand how it's doing this. I just cannot. It just does not make sense to me. It just seems random. It just seems random. I don't think we can make a roof out of stairs, I'm going to be completely honest. Not in this version, I'll drive myself insane. I would genuinely drive myself insane trying to do this. This is an example of not being resilient and choosing to give up. I'm going to cut my losses with this shit because it is just refusing to work with me. I have tried my best and I'm giving up. I mean, around the rim of my house might be okay. Yeah, look at that. As much as it's not amazing, it's better. It's definitely better. It looks more homely. Like that. And there we go. That doesn't look too bad. You know what? Let's craft a bucket. Okay, buckets are a thing. Let's go get some lava. Actually, let's go get some obsidian if we can. So that one area where there was all the lava, I'm just going to take the water bucket straight to it. Get as much obsidian as I can, if that's even in the game. If you ever feel like giving up, don't you fucking give up, because giving up is weakness and you've got to be strong. I'm saying this from a place of experience, because once you get into the idea that, oh, like, you're just gonna give up all the fucking time, you become weak-minded, weak-willed. So that's all you want to do. It translates to other things. If you don't stay disciplined, if you don't stay strong and stay strong-willed and resilient, it'll come bite you on your ass. The things that matter. Alright, let's get some of that lava, and then I'm just gonna tip the water right on top of it. There we go. Obsidian. It is in the game after all. Interesting. I'm no longer gonna give up, and I'm gonna stay consistent and make these videos. I make these videos like every few videos maybe. I'll just have one of these in between, because it helps reset me, my motivation. It makes me say the things that I need to say, and it gets me back on track very fast. It's essentially journalism for myself, but expressed in a very, very healthy way, very positive way, very caring way, in my opinion. And besides being mentally resilient, there is obviously also the physical aspect of it, and being physically resilient. So clear example is just going to be exercise. Of course it's going to be exercise. I had to be one of the weakest people I knew, if not the weakest person. I don't think that's the case anymore. That's because obviously I've been exercising for half a year now, fairly consistently. So what I mean by being physically resilient is obviously exercising, but pushing yourself. Make sure you push yourself to, I want to say, your limit. Push past your limit. Make your muscles sore at the end of the day, because that's where real strength comes from. I bet I'm gonna have that one person who says, but wait, muscle fibers are actually developed when you consistently train, not when you push yourself past your limit. You're just ache maxing. Shut up. It's about the goal. It's about that. It's about that masculine urge to push heavy ass weight. That's what it's about. But yeah, obviously consistency is key. If you do one like really hard workout and it puts you off doing another, then don't do that. Clearly, ideally going towards failure is gonna help you grow muscle. You need to, if you're just gonna do like a push up a day, like what's that gonna do? I don't think it will do anything, honestly. You've gotta do push-ups until you can't do them anymore. Do 3 sets of push-ups until failure. Make sure your arms are shaking, make sure your arms are aching by the end of it. That's where you'll see growth. Obviously, consistency, eating, the protein. There's many factors that come into it. But yeah, being physically resilient is just not giving up and pushing one extra rep in because you've got the resilience to do so. I think that translates well into real life. Being physically resilient helps you be more mentally resilient. They kind of go hand in hand once you learn how to do both. This is going to take a while, so I'm going to speed us up. So what you're seeing here is me actually mining an entire lava lake worth of obsidian. How incredibly stupid it was. It took about an hour to do. So I'm just going to speed it up because you don't want to see that, obviously. I think I just wanted to prove a point about resilience and that. But it's kind of funny, I actually mined out this entire fucking lake. I must have had a vendetta against it or something, because as soon as the thought was in my mind, that was it. I was doing it. And I went all the way. And I just sat there mining and mining and mining, placing water, mining, placing water, mining, until it was all gone. I have just mined out that entire lava pit worth of obsidian without efficiency, without speeding it up or anything. I have just mined nearly 200 obsidian. If that isn't resilience, then I don't know what is. That is what real resilience means. To sit there for an hour mining obsidian. I don't need this much obsidian. I just wanted to prove that prove the resilience through some stupid method. I really did not need the obsidian. As I'm going up my staircase, there's just one question I've got. Is there anything that you need resilience for right now? If there is, be resilient and don't give up. Don't give up. You will win. You will succeed. You will be better. And look where I am. 200 obsidian up. I started this episode without a single diamond. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like and a rating on Spotify. I try my best. There's just one more thing I need to do. And there's no nether portals. Ciao.